64% of Americans cannot cover a $1,000 emergency expense. Social Security is projected to run out of funds by 2035, and the average American has less than $60,000 saved for retirement. The retirement dream that our parents and grandparents lived is dying, and most people have no idea how bad things really are. Today, I am going to show you the exact numbers behind the retirement crisis, why the system is designed to keep you working until you physically cannot, and most importantly, the specific steps you can take right now to escape this trap, no matter your age or income. Let's start with the numbers, because they are brutal. The average retirement savings for Americans aged 50 to 59 is approximately $210,000. For those 60 to 69, it is roughly $240,000. Sounds like a lot, right? It is not. At a 4% withdrawal rate, $240,000 gives you $800 per month. That does not cover rent in most American cities. Here is the full picture. Fidelity estimates that the average 65-year-old couple will spend $555,000 on healthcare alone in retirement. That is just healthcare. Add housing, food, transportation, and basic living expenses, and most financial advisors say you need at least $1.2 to $1.5 million to retire comfortably. But here is the most terrifying statistic. Nearly 50% of American households aged 55 and older have zero retirement savings. Not low savings. Zero. The pension era is gone. In 1980, 60% of private sector workers had a traditional pension. Today, that number is 4%. Companies shifted the entire burden of retirement onto you with 401k plans, and most people were never taught how to use them. You went from a guaranteed monthly check for life to here is a complicated investment account. Good luck. Many people assume Social Security will save them. It will not. The Social Security Trust Fund is projected to be depleted by 2035. That does not mean benefits disappear completely, but the system will only be able to pay about 75 cents on every dollar of promised benefits. A 25% cut, and the numbers are already grim. The average Social Security benefit in 2026 is approximately $1,827 per month. That is $21,900 per year. Try living on that. In New York, Los Angeles, Miami, or any major city, that does not even cover rent. Here is what most people do not understand. Social Security was never designed to be your primary retirement income. When it was created in 1935, it was meant as a safety net, a supplement to pensions and personal savings. It was designed to replace about 40% of your pre-retirement income, not 100%. But today, roughly 50% of married retirees and 70% of single retirees depend on Social Security for at least half their income. The system is bearing a weight it was never built to carry, and it is cracking under the pressure. Even if you have saved, there is a silent enemy destroying your retirement: inflation. $1 million sounds like a fortune, but at just 3% annual inflation, that million has the purchasing power of roughly $500,000 in 20 years. You have not lost a single dollar, but everything costs twice as much. Your money buys half as much food, half as much gas, half as many doctor visits. And here's the real killer. Healthcare inflation runs at 5 to 7% per year, nearly double the general rate. That $555,000 healthcare estimate I mentioned earlier, it assumes moderate inflation. If healthcare costs rise at the upper end, you could need $700,000 or more. This is why simply saving money in a bank account guarantees you lose. A savings account paying 0.5% interest while inflation runs at 3 to 4% means you are losing 2.5 to 3.5% of your purchasing power every single year. In 10 years, $100,000 in savings has the real purchasing power of $72,000. You did everything right. You saved. You were responsible. And you still fell behind. That is the inflation trap. Now let's talk about the enemy hiding inside your own paycheck: lifestyle creep. You get a raise. You celebrate. Maybe a nicer apartment, a better car, more dinners out. Your income went up 10,000, but your spending went up 12,000. You are earning more and saving less. This is not a willpower problem. It is human psychology. We adapt to every new level of comfort within weeks and start comparing ourselves to the next level up. You bought a nice car, but your neighbor just got a nicer one. You renovated your kitchen, but your colleague just bought a bigger house. Studies show that above roughly $75,000 in annual income, additional money does not significantly increase day-to-day happiness. But we keep chasing more, spending more, and upgrading more. The result? Households earning $150,000 per year often have similar savings rates to households earning $60,000. A 2025 study found that 1 in 3 Americans earning over $200,000 per year live paycheck to paycheck. Read that again. People earning 4 times the median income, still broke. Lifestyle creep is the silent retirement killer because it scales with your income. The more you earn, the more it steals. Healthcare is the retirement expense nobody wants to talk about, and it is a financial bomb. Medicare, the government health insurance you get at 65, does not cover everything. Not even close. Medicare does not cover dental care. It does not cover vision or hearing aids. It does not cover long-term care. And long-term care is the big one. The average cost of a private room in a nursing home is over $108,000 per year. Assisted living averages around $65,000. In-home care runs $40,000 to $60,000. And here is the devastating part. About 70% of people turning 65 today will need some form of long-term care in their lifetime. The average duration of care needed is 3 years. At $100,000 per year, that is $300,000 that Medicare will not pay. Long-term care insurance exists, but premiums have skyrocketed. A couple in their mid-50s can expect to pay $3,000 to $5,000 per year, and insurers have been raising rates by 40% to 60% on existing policies. Even prescription drugs, which Medicare Part D partially covers, cost retirees an average of $4,000 to $6,000 per year out of pocket. Healthcare alone can bankrupt a retirement plan that looks solid on paper. Enough with the doom. Let's talk about the escape plan, because there is one, and it works. The foundation is the 4% rule. If you withdraw 4% of your portfolio in year 1 and adjust for inflation each year after, historical data shows your money has a very high probability of lasting 30 years or more. This gives us a simple formula. Multiply your annual expenses by 25, and that is your retirement number. If you spend $60,000 per year, you need $1.5 million. If you spend $40,000, you need $1 million. If you spend $80,000, you need $2 million. The math is surprisingly straightforward. But here is where it gets exciting. You do not need to rely on a single source. The most resilient retirement plans have multiple income streams. Stream 1, investment portfolio. Index funds, bonds, and dividend stocks providing growth and income. Stream 2, rental income. Even 1 or 2 paid-off rental properties can generate $1,000 to $3,000 per month. Stream 3, Social Security. Even reduced benefits add $10,000 to $20,000 per year. Stream 4, part-time work or a side business you actually enjoy. Not because you have to, but because it adds purpose and extra income. The FIRE movement, Financial Independence Retire Early, has shown that ordinary people earning ordinary salaries can retire in their 30s and 40s by saving 50% to 70% of their income. Even if that is too extreme for you, the principles work at any savings rate. The higher your savings rate, the sooner you escape. Here are the specific action steps, and I want you to start today, not next month, not next year. Today. Step 1. If your employer offers a 401k match, contribute at least enough to get the full match. This is literally free money. An employer matching 3% on a $60,000 salary gives you $1,800 per year for doing nothing except saying yes. Step 2. Open a Roth IRA. In 2026, you can contribute up to $7,000 per year, or $8,000 if you are 50 or or older. A Roth IRA grows tax-free and you pay zero taxes on withdrawals in retirement. If you invest $7,000 per year starting at 25 with an average 10% return, you will have over $2.4 million by 65. Step 3. Understand the difference between Roth and traditional. With a traditional 401k or IRA, you get a tax break now, but pay taxes when you withdraw. With a Roth, you pay taxes now, but withdraw tax-free later. If you believe tax rates will be higher in the future, and given government debt levels that is a reasonable bet, Roth is likely the better choice. Step 4. If choosing investments feels overwhelming, use a target date fund. Pick the fund closest to the year you plan to retire, and it automatically adjusts your allocation from aggressive to conservative as you age. It is a set-it-and-forget-it solution that outperforms most active investors. Step 5. Automate everything. Set up automatic transfers from your paycheck to your retirement accounts. When saving is automatic, you remove willpower from the equation. You cannot spend money you never see. The single most important thing is starting. Someone who invests $300 per month starting at 25 will have more than someone who invests $1,000 per month starting at 45. Time is the most powerful force in investing, and every day you delay costs you real money. The retirement crisis is real, but it does not have to be your crisis. You now have the numbers, the framework, and the exact steps to take control. If this video opened your eyes, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. I am building a free resource on this channel that will be worth more than most financial advisors charge. Drop your age and current savings rate in the comments. I read every single one, and I will respond with specific advice. Share this video with someone you care about who needs to hear this. Your future self will thank you. I will see you in the next one.